This is, excuse me. I just made a video about my retire, but there's something that's been on my mind. I am a life coach, right? And I coach marriages primarily, couples primarily, people who want to get married primarily. And I'm preaching. I'm coaching around. I'm also a preacher too, but I'm coaching around communication, right? That's what I'm trying to help you do. I'm trying to help you communicate. And then the other thing I'm coaching around is, who are you? Who are you based on who you want to be, not based on circumstances, situations, or other people? Who are you? Who do you want to show up in the world as? If you are a mom, who are you showing up as a mom? If you are a wife, who are you showing up as a wife? If you're a business owner, who are you showing up as a business? Who are you? And then that's the second thing I'm coaching around. The third thing I'm coaching around is how you are picking a mate. What are the red flags? What are the red flags that we ignore? One of the exercises I gave a client of mine, I said, get a box and get some flags. Get some little miniature red flags. Order them off of Amazon, right? And she just started dating. They're having a great time. They're having hiccups, things like that. But they're having a great time all in all. So I said, okay, get some red flags. And every time something happens that your spirit or your innards say, get that red flag, put it in that box, label it, and journal about that experience. Because what I'm finding is we are ignoring the signs that clearly come to us about potential spouses or long-term relationships. We are ignoring the signs that later become glaring, and as a result of emotional attachment, you really find it hard to extricate yourself from that relationship, even though you know that everything is not right, and even though you know that 8 out of 10 things that you have found that this relationship is not working, it doesn't really matter anymore because you are emotionally invested. And once a woman becomes emotionally invested in a relationship, it is very hard to get yourself out of that. So you have to be careful. Do not allow yourself to become so emotionally invested so quickly. So you say, oh, well, when do you become emotionally invested? You pace yourself. If you find yourself going a little bit ahead of the game, now you may not be able to identify it, but as you talk to your friends about your newfound relationship, about your dating and how much you love and blah, 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 you should have friends that say, hey, girl, you love already? Now, this ain't your first time at the rodeo. You done ridden this bull half a dozen times already. You at the love point right now? Maybe you want to recheck that. Maybe you want to think about that. Maybe you're moving too fast. Somebody needs to be able to be the voice of reason, right? Sound judgment, reasonable. So anyway, and when women want to get married, doesn't seem to be that much that way for men. But when women want to get married, we can be desperate, and we can ignore very important signs. For me, of course, it's only my opinion. All of this is only my opinion. Do not try to. This is my disclaimer. I am not a counselor, nor am I a therapist. I am a minister. I've talked to multiple people. I'm also a life coach. Doesn't make me an expert in these areas. So I'm giving you my opinion. If a man does not have a good relationship with his mother, how does he know how to treat you? If you find a man and he is divorced, if you want to be serious, if you want to get serious about this relationship, it's important that you talk to the wife. It's important that you hear a side of the story. It's important that you run a police report. It's important that you run a credit check. It's important that you get an AIDS test or other venereal diseases. This is important, mucho important. And so these are the kind of things I coach around, and these are the many discussions that we have. And my couples they range from early 30s to early 70s. So I'm really excited about that. I get a whole gamut of people I can talk to. But listen, if you want to hear more about how I'm coaching couples. If you have questions that you want to ask me, I want you to do so. And what I'll do, I have 2 channels. I have a coaching channel. I have 3. I have a coaching channel, I have a ministry channel, and I have a Sister Locks channel. And what I'll do is I'll post this particular video on all 3 of those channels. And hopefully, you'll reach out with some suggestions about things for me to talk about, or even about questions that you have. And I can hopefully give you some sage wisdom. Because I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm 61. I made a lot of mistakes. And still making them, but not in the area of relationships. That is not my mistake area anymore. So ladies, gentlemen too, if you'd like to find out more about what I do, how I do it, and how we can be better people, hit me up. Talk to you later.